What's up, guys? Welcome to Poor Man Mods. This is not CJ Pony Parts, even though I work there. We're working on a Mustang and installing parts on a Mustang.
Yep.
This is Mark's Mustang. It's GT350.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing to it today?
We are doing oil separators from Ford Performance, and they are probably the most overpriced oil air separator that you can get, but they're Ford parts, and because this is a Shelby, I want to try to keep Ford parts on it with just to keep the heritage up. But there's some other air oil separators out there. They're a lot cheaper. So there's always options. And then also we're doing coil covers. The ones that come on the car are gray, and I like the blue.
Yeah. Look nice.
And also we are doing this fancy thing.
Ooh. This is a trunk light, an LED plug and play trunk light that I make for the S550. I've sold a bunch of them, maybe like 50 so far. They plug right into your trunk, make it super bright, evenly lit. So we'll install that. And if you want one of them, you can shoot me a message or whatever, and I'll make you one. 20 bucks. And this is all really simple stuff.
It is. It looks like it's like Snap-on parts. Like
like these just snap on.
Like,
and
look at this. It's just a little rubber grommet. It literally just snaps right on.
The top 3 easiest mods you can do to your Mustang GT350.
And probably one of the best security items, especially these things, because it's taken all of that oil out of the crankcase ventilation that's going into your engine. So
does this only have direct injection?
No, it's port fuel injection.
Okay.
The new 18s have a hybrid system between direct and port injection, like the Ford GT. So.
And I know a lot of people are skeptical of these oil separators. I've done a ton of videos on these up at CJ's, and people always knock them and say like they're snake oil or they're bullshit or whatever. But they're not. Like, you drive with them for a couple thousand miles and they will fill up. Especially if you have just a direct injection engine like one of the EcoBoosts. That's the first thing you should do. Not as crucial on this car, but you should still do it because the oil will lower your octane rating and make it all crappy and dirty in there. So, what are we installing first?
Let's do the separators first.
All right. First thing we're gonna do is remove this PCV hose on the intake. There's a little gray tab. Yep, right there. You gotta push it.
I see.
Then you can pull it off.
They're off.
And then, yeah, we should do your cover while that's off.
Yep.
Because it goes around it.
I'm definitely going to save these too.
And they just easily pop off just like that. No hardware at all.
No, they come on the Cobra jets, but that isn't really.
Okay.
I mean, it's factory, but it's like a special.
And bam. It's on. And it looks beautiful.
Nice.
Once you get it secured under the strut tower bar and you get your nut on here, reinstall the factory clip. Oh, now the hoses can go on. Yep. Yes. I definitely don't want to kink it. Okay, there you go. Boom.
There we go.
Oh yeah. Beautiful. Is that?
I think if we read the directions, that would have been like a very painless operation. But
Well, no, we're men. We read the instructions after we do it.
that's true. And we find out what we did wrong.
Yeah, we're men.
Still though, I think if Ford Performance ever watched this video, I mean, I don't think we installed this wrong, but I feel like this little arm right here could probably be positioned a little bit better because that was kind of fighting us.
I mean,
But it's on there, and I don't think it's gonna break. So.
And it'll protect the engine.
Yep.
Now let's do the other side. You have to do this first.
Oh yeah, see.
Then you can pop it off.
Yes. There we go.
Let me get this clip.
Man, look at you. You know how to work on Mustangs more than me.
Did you ever think you'd see that day happen?
I know. I never knew. Probably have to take this guy off right here.
See inside the voodoo. I'll get your.
I just love the look of blue in a Ford car in the engine bay. Sometimes like they'll paint valve covers red, or if red or like body color and it just doesn't look that good, it's got to be blue.
Is this Ford blue?
Yes. I mean, it's a Ford part.
I mean, but like, isn't there a blue that's called Ford blue?
There is.
Is this the Ford blue color?
It's very close. It's like a very vibrant, lightish blue like that. So
is that Ford blue?
that's like a Ford fitting blue.
I know Ford also likes their blue Loctite on everything.
Yeah.
And the subframe bolts in this car are blue.
Are they really?
Yes. Where's it going?
I don't know.
Should we read the instructions?
What instructions?
I know you're new to the S550 world, but do you know what we call this?
I do not know.
A football.
That is a very fitting name.
Must remove engine and windshield, but simply install. Your sweatshirt is very Ford bluish.
This goes like that.
Now you got your engine bay looking good and protected.
Very subtle Ford parts. Now it looks so much better.
Now you cluttered your engine bay a little bit more, but you made it look good with the coil covers.
Yes.
I approve.
So, I would say two things very, very cool about those separators is that they're Ford parts. So I guess the dealership, I don't know if it's under warranty or not, but it's cool to have some Ford OEM parts underneath. And then the clips, it's all Ford OE, it snaps right on. But like I said, the bad things about this kit that we kind of realized is the driver's side separator, that little bracket that comes out, was kind of fighting us when we were putting it in. And we got it in.
It could be designed better.
Yeah, I think the dimensions are just a little bit off. And then this side right here, the one clip they give you from the factory doesn't have anything for the wiring harness, like the little zip tie to hook to. That would be nice if they did that, if they integrated a little loop for you to put a new zip tie in, just to keep your cam sensor wiring harness anchored. And then I can see this hose right here. It's in position and both ends are snapped together, but that's a pretty tight fit. But I guess they're kind of limited with the standards with like these fittings. Like it's kind of hard to, coming from like design world and engineering, there's like a standard with these elbows and...
Well, just by looking at this, I'm very uneducated when it comes to engineering. But couldn't they have moved this fitting to, say, right here?
They probably could have.
And just...
I mean, the Ford design engineers probably know a lot more about that than us. But this little kink hose, I know why they have a kink hose there, because it's a very tight elbow. But when you get this kit, just be sure to twist these fittings, like these elbows, correctly so you don't have a kinked hose in there. So I'm looking in there, it's not going to be hitting anything, it's moving, and altogether it's a pretty nice kit. And the coil covers I love. It really sets the engine bay apart, especially among GT350s. For some reason, I've been looking online and social media and everything, and I don't think I've seen a single GT350 with the blue coil covers. So I don't know why, like, people just don't put them on, but I did, and I love them. They just really make the engine look good. So, so on to that next mod of ours.
Yeah.
In the trunk.
All right, to install this LED trunk light strip, you need to pop out the factory trunk light. You're just going to get a screwdriver, a flathead on the driver's side, and pop it down.
The battery does. I'm going to see how this is done.
This one, it won't work.
It won't.
Without cutting and splicing, it will not work.
This one?
Yes, I'll show you why. Your car is already LED. So apparently, Mark's 2017 GT350 already has an LED chip in the trunk light socket, which I haven't seen before. I'm not sure if it's a GT350 thing or a 2017 thing, but because it has that, this is no longer plug and play. So all I need to do is cut this off, and then without modifying his car at all, we're going to use these Scotch locks. So if you buy this LED strip from me and you have an LED chip, you'll need to get 2 of these Scotch locks or do some wiring. All you got to do is put that wire through there and that wire through there and the wires on the factory harness through there, and you crib it. And you don't do any cutting, any splicing, and it makes it work. So,
nice.
Yeah, let's go to the car, and yeah. Okay, so there you go. Use the Scotch locks on the factory harness and unplug the factory bulb. Didn't have to modify anything. And she's lit up. Time to install it. Before you stick the strip on, make sure you wipe the surface down with alcohol for proper adhesion. And if you want to be a baller, make sure it really sticks, you can use adhesive promoter, but we don't have any of that right now. Okay, we got it installed and stuck it to the deck lid. Look how bright and even that is. So much better than factory. Oh yeah. Looking good. And I know some people also question, does it turn off like the normal trunk light and turn on like the normal trunk light? And the answer is yes. So how does it feel to finally modify your GT350?
It feels really good. I have some plans up ahead. Today I checked in my parking garage if this front splitter would clear the speed bump that they have. And I have probably a good 1.5 inches, so I'm going to get the Ford Performance lowering springs.
Oh yeah.
And that lowers these cars 3/4 of an inch, which I think is perfect.
That'd be nice.
That will be coming very soon. The next thing is a rear seat delete.
Okay. I think it is possible if you choose to go that route. The install video might be on CJ Pony Parts, because I don't know if I want to install lowering springs on this car here.
Yeah, that's something that, I mean, if it was a regular GT, I'd be like, oh, I can do it all day long. But with something special like this, I'm afraid that I would mess it up.
Yeah, we'll let Bill do it.
Yeah, we'll let him do it. And plus, it'd be cool to be on a CJ's video, because I've bought a lot of stuff from them. Actually, today I did for the old car.
The 66.
Now, depending on how generous the bank is,
Yeah.
if I can get my credit limit raised this September, I will probably get wheels.
I have something to show you regarding wheels.
Okay.
Off camera, however.
Well.
So, quick and easy bolt-ons today for this. Are you going to do anything with the exhaust?
I would like to. I'd like to get the resonator delete kit. And, I mean, you could just get some pipe and weld it in yourself, but I'd like something a little bit more elegant than that. I'm not sure what exactly I want to get. There's some really quick sections that you can have clamped in. Ford Performance actually sells basically a resonator back exhaust with improved mufflers, and I don't know if they make them louder, but it's really expensive, and I don't know if I want to spend that much money on a resonator back system with stock cats and headers. If I got long tube headers and high flow cats, I'm all about getting a super nice exhaust, but with something with the stock headers and cats, I'll be keeping those for a while, so I'll probably just be getting a resonator delete section.
I think Corsa makes one.
They do, and I think it's kind of expensive, but
Well, because they expect you to have money if you own
Yeah.
one of these.
yeah. Um, yes, lots of fun stuff coming this way
Yeah,
for this
and-
car.
And unfortunately, my trunk light was not plug and play for this car because it does not have an incandescent bulb. So if you are interested in my trunk light for your Mustang, make sure you have an incandescent bulb. If you do, it's direct plug and play. You just plug my adapter in. But if you have an LED chip in there, you will need to do a little bit of work to make it fit. But it's not too hard. So I guess that's it. And we'll see you next time, hopefully with lowering springs.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Lowering springs and exhaust.
Sweet.